the Broncos, and Alante Crawford for the Mavericks. The ball is tipped, controlled by the Broncos. Rashad Richardson comes up and immediately takes a three, airballed it from the left wing, and off the mark.
That's something we saw West Lafayette. He came down in the first 5 seconds of the game, attempted three and made that one, but airballed it this time.
Now Kanoy inbounds the ball for the Mavericks. Alante Crawford running the point. Approaches Roddy Richardson, who will guard him at half court. Alante making his move now, accelerating to the right side. Nobody there, so he'll kick it out to number 14, Michael Southern. Southern now to Thayer. Thayer to Crawford. Crawford from a free throw line extended jumper off the mark, rebounded by Nick Stacy. Stacy coming up the court now, slows it down. Mavericks in a 2-3 zone against the Broncos. Over to Jesse Berry. Berry with a impressive pass over to Nick Stacy, who takes the three and off the mark, rebounded by Southern. Roddy Richardson stole the ball from Alante Crawford, who took his eyes off it and got the layup right under the bucket to get the Broncos on the board.
Not a good job by McCutcheon. They weren't really focusing at the other end, and Roddy just stole it and got the layup to go.
Well, 2-0 now your score, 1 minute into this ball game. Alante Crawford now going to take a three from the top of the key, way off the mark, rebounded by Roddy Richardson, who passes it up court to his brother Rashad and gets the layup uncontested.
Well, he is athletic enough to dunk the ball, but a good job just to lay it in there and get the two sure points.
Yeah, he tried one other one this season at Anderson and missed it, so I don't think he wants to do that again. Alante Crawford now with the ball at the top of the key, met by Rashad Richardson. He manages to accelerate around and tosses up the ball and somehow manages to get it to fall off the backboard to get the Mavericks on the board.
Great job driving into the lane and scoring there for Crawford.
Berry now will be double-teamed in the corner by Kanoy and Southern, so he'll kick it out to Rashad Richardson. Rashad back to Berry. Berry airballs a three-point shot out of bounds.
Not a good start from the perimeter not a good start for the perimeter for the Broncos. 2 air balls.
Well, they need to look to set up their offense a little bit more and get people open.
That's right.
Kanoy inbounds the ball now to Crawford. Crawford taking some words from Teckenpaw as he crosses the bench. Now across half-court line. Met again by Richardson. To the top of the key, accelerates around Jason Washington to the baseline. Kicks it out to Thayer. Thayer going to take a 2-point jump shot and nails it. Well, they're going to call it a three. I thought he had a toe on the line, but I guess he was outside. So a 3-point jumper puts the Mavericks ahead 5-4 early in this game. Roddy Richardson now with the ball in the wing, gets it over to Berry. Berry back to Roddy. Roddy to Berry again, now over to Stacy. Stacy to a wide-open Rashad Richardson in the corner, going to take a three off the mark and rebounded by Kanoy.
So the Broncos get a free to go.
That's right. The rebound was by Thayer, who gets it to Crawford. Crawford was double-teamed to half court. Now Thayer called for a travel in the corner as he jumped and then came down with the ball. Thayer wondering where the call is coming from, but it looks pretty obvious as a travel.
Something to mention, the coaches are wearing tennis shoes as tonight is Coaches versus Cancer night. So all the coaches wearing tennis shoes on the sideline.
Nick Stacy at the top of the key now, gets it over to Jesse Berry. Berry gets a screen from Rashad Richardson. Berry doesn't like it, so he kicks it over to Stacy. Stacy with the ball now, tries to shake and bake, can't go anywhere, so he'll give it to Berry. Berry tries a three-point jumper, and again off the mark, out of bounds, and referee signals last touch by the Broncos, so another turnover for the Broncos.
0 for 4 from distance to start the game in the first 3 minutes, so not a good start for the Broncos, and they trail by a point.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing that. Usually they get hot early and just ride that all the way. Double team at half court is Crawford, who gets it up court to Thayer, and then into number 42, Vince Hunsker, who's fouled on the play by Nick Stacy. That's his first foul.
A reach-in, and the first foul of the game as Stacy went for the steal, but didn't get the ball. He got the body of a Maverick.
Hunsker bounce pass inbounds to Crawford. Crawford coming into the lane and is swatted by, I believe that was Roddy Richardson. Now up the court in transition to Rashad Richardson. Rashad with a ridiculous finger roll up off the backboard, and I could barely even see the ball until it went into the hoop.
Just a circus shot around the two defenders, but it went, and the Broncos lead by 1 now.
Alante Crawford at half court looks to accelerate, shakes off Roddy Richardson as he kicks it over to Thayer in the corner. Corner now to Crawford. Crawford catches the ball, drives in. Finger roll off the glass, and again gets it to fall, and he is so good at that finger roll, Sam. He's able to just hang in the air and get the shot open.
Crawford just showing his ability to drive into the lane and score, much like Jesse Berry does for the Broncos.
Now Stacy over to Berry. Berry in the lane, kicks it back out to Nick Stacy. Stacy goes to the left baseline, guarded heavily by Southern and Crawford, so he'll pick it out to Roddy Richardson, Roddy Richardson tried a teardrop and off the mark, rebounded by Crawford. Crawford coming off the court again. Broncos still in a man-to-man, and Crawford tries to drive right by it and then kicks it out to Hunsaker. And Hunsaker nails a 15-foot jumper from the baseline.
So Crawford's done a good job. He runs the point for the Mavericks and did a good job of driving his lane and kicking back out to an open Hunsaker.
There now with a nice bounce pass to Roddy Richardson, who nails a three from the corner.
Finally, the Broncos get a 3 to go, and that ties the game at 9.
3:41 left in the first quarter. Alante Crawford accelerates up the court with the ball. Driving the lane again, kicks out to Hunsaker. Same spot as his previous shot, only this time off the mark and rebounded by Jason Washington. Barry now coming up the court. Guarded by Thayer. Can't really go anywhere. Looks to shake and bake. Nothing doing, so he gets it over to Stacy at the top of the key. Stacy backs off of Kanoy. Now a lob pass inside to Jason Washington, but it was tipped and stolen by Southern.
Well, he's looking at Barry as he threw that ball into the lane, but not a good decision by Stacy as the ball is tipped and stolen.
Crawford again running the point and setting up the offense from half court. He gets an attempted screen by Thayer, and a bounce pass went off the shoe of Jason Washington. No kickball call, but it went out of bounds off the Broncos, so the Mavericks will retain possession. A substitution. Austin Price, a 5'8 sophomore, with number 32, comes into the game for Michael Southern. And number 50, Wandell Reel, a 6'4 sophomore, comes in for Clint Thayer. A lot of sophomores getting some playing time early. Hunsaker, Del Real, Southern, and Price are all sophomores, and they've all played early. R.J. Layton entered the game for the last second for the Broncos. He replaced Nick Stacy, who picked up an early foul. Crawford now off the inbound pass, driving around with a nice pass inside to Del Real. Del Real was swatted by Rashad Richardson from behind. Clean call, however, it went out of bounds last touch by Rashad Richardson, so the Mavericks will retain possession.
Well, a good pick and roll by the Mavericks there, and executed well. However, Rashad came from behind and swatted the ball.
Kanoy with the bounce pass and bounce to Alante Crawford. Crawford at the top of the key. Over to Hunsaker. And Hunsaker's three-point shot is swatted emphatically by Rashad Richardson.
Wow, great block by Rashad there.
And Kanoy now going to inbound the ball again to the Mavericks. And again gets it to Alante Crawford in the same spot. Still guarded by Roddy Richardson. And Roddy now steals the ball at half court, going to straight up into the basket, but can't finish the layup.
Well, just picked the pocket of Crawford there, but couldn't finish on the layup.
Got a little too excited there. It was a good steal, but he couldn't finish at the other end, so that leaves your score still at 9-9.
He almost did it again. Now, well, as he went for the steal, there was a fight for the ball, but Crawford got the ball stepped over into the backcourt and is called for back violation. I don't know how they can call that when they were fighting for the ball after a tip.
Oh, I don't either. Typically on a loose ball, the possession is, well, there's no possession, so you can't really be called for an over and back.
Right.
I don't know about that call. It goes the Broncos' way.
All I can think is that they said Crawford did have possession and then used it and then stepped into the backcourt with that back foot.
Barry off the inbound pass, tries a quick pass over to Roddy Richardson, comes off the foot of number 32, Austin Price, 5'8 sophomore. And we have a full minute timeout by the Broncos, so we'll go ahead and take it with
their medication. Listen, the reason so many die is because not enough are willing to change. You can stop it, starting right now. It's your life. Listen to your doctor. Eat better. Get moving. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES. A message from the American Diabetes Association.
This is another National Wild.
Three from the wing. He gets the three-point shooting started for the Broncos and brings your score to 12-9 with 1:43 to go in favor of the Broncos. Alante Crawford now accelerating up the court over to Clint Thayer, who will take a three from the corner off the mark and rebounded by Jason Washington. Washington gives it over to Roddy Richardson and then gives it back to his brother Rashad, who fumbles with the ball before finally losing it. Now a pass up to Price. Price with an impressive layup, but off the mark, rebounded by Rashad Richardson, and then Rashad with the block,
His third block of the game.
Rashad again nearly loses control of the ball, coming up the court, and now a charging foul.
That's not a charging call. There's no way that can be a charging call. I can see where they could call an offensive foul, where, Richardson used the arm to push off, but there's no way that's a charging call. A charging call is completely different than a push off, but an offensive foul either way, and the Mavericks will have possession.
Well, Hunsaker now will inbound the ball onto the Broncos baseline into Alante Crawford. Crawford obviously doing the primary amount of ball handling tonight for the Mavericks. He's got great cut moves. Now he's double teamed at half court, so he'll get it up to Hunsaker. Hunsaker back out to Crawford. Now to Thayer. Thayer in the corner gets it to Crawford.
Minute to go in the first quarter.
Crawford now accelerating around the perimeter. Nothing doing, so he'll get it to Southern. Southern to the top of the key to Del Rio. Now over to Thayer. Mavericks being quite patient in their offense. It looks like they may hold for one. Over to Hunsaker. Hunsaker now to Crawford. Crawford brings it back out, telling his teammates to slow it down. Gets it to Thayer. Thayer now to Hunsaker. And Roddy Richardson again with a steal at half court. Calmly secures the ball. 30 seconds left now in the first quarter. Jesse Berry with the ball, kicks it out to R.J. Layton. R.J. now to Rashad Richardson. Rashad driving in the lane, puts the layup, but can't finish. And a foul going to be called. Looks like they're going to call Jason Washington for an over the back. Yep, and they do.
That's right. Now another substitution. Brady Canoy will come back into the game. He's a 6'2 junior. He'll come back in for Wandell Reel.
That was Jason Washington's first foul of the game, so not a whole lot of foul trouble for either team. 3 on the Broncos and none to be committed by the Mavericks thus far. 15 seconds left in the game as Alante Crawford crosses the first quarter line. First quarter, I always do that. Accelerates around, and now the ball is stolen by Roddy Richardson. 6 seconds left. Accelerates up the court, kicks it out to Barry. 4 seconds left, and Barry is fouled by, looks like they're going to call Brady Canoy.
So now with 3 seconds to go, the Broncos will have to get a good inbound play and to get a shot off. They lead 12-9, 3 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Well, R.J. Layton will inbound for the Broncos, so he'll looking to find the wide open man. Gets it to Jason Washington, back to Layton. Layton going to put up a 3 at the conclusion of the quarter, and it's off the mark. So your score remains 12-9 in favor of the Broncos here at the Crawley Center. We'll go ahead and take a 1-minute timeout.
Walking the ball off the court and not letting the Broncos score in transition.
The inbound pass for the Mavericks goes to Canoy, and the second quarter is underway. Canoy over to Crawford. Crawford now to Southern at the top of the key, guarded by Layton. Southern driving in, tries to put a shot up, and is fouled by R.J. Layton as he got his hands in on the ball.
R.J. Layton didn't like that call, and it looked like he got all ball on that play. And however, it's going to be a shooting foul, and Southern will go to the line.
Southern, first trip to the line tonight, he will shoot 2. First one on its way, and good.
A correction here on the roster. It is not correct. We mentioned Southern was a 5'8 sophomore. The roster is not right. He's actually a 6'1 freshman, so a very impressive freshman to be starting at the varsity level.
Second shot on the way, and good. So Southern gets on the board for the first time tonight with 2 points. Now a substitution for the Broncos. Nick Stacy reenters the game, as well as the 3-point specialist, Courtney Walton, coming into the game for Jason Washington.
Barry just going to walk the ball off the court, and he'll be met at half court in the 2-3 zone.
Barry now flips it over to Stacy. Stacy looking to go somewhere. Double team, so he'll get it over to Barry. Barry now quickly accelerating the lane. Nice pass out to Roddy Richardson, who drains the 3. That was a great play, Tim.
Roddy with his third 3 of the game, and just a great kick out by Barry, and a nice pass after Roddy Richardson, who his third 3 of the night.
Well, Barry can really make things happen when they're looking to guard him so tightly. He can just kick it out to any of his wide open teammates.
That's right.
Crawford now with the ball to Southern. Southern going to take a 3-point jump from the top of the key off the mark and rebounded by Roddy Richardson. Roddy gets to Barry. Barry going to accelerate up the court, get it over to Nick Stacy. Stacy takes an off-balance shot from the corner, off the mark and rebounded by Thayer.
The Broncos like to play a quick tempo, but I think that shot was too quick in transition. I think Stacy should have slowed it down and started to run a set play.
Right, a lot of their shots have been a little quick tonight. It's passed now into the lane by Hunsaker. It's stolen by Barry. Barry coming up the court, puts the layup up and is fouled by, I believe they're going to call it on
Thayer.
Yep.
That'll be his foul. He's not happy with himself. And Wandell Reel is set to come back into the game for the Mavericks after this free throw for Barry. Barry's going to go to the line to shoot 2. And the Broncos lead 15-11, 6:45 to go in the second quarter.
Barry dribbling the ball to Charity Stripe. Shot on its way, and no good.
Well, that's something rare to see. Barry, a very good free throw shooter. He shoots 79% on the year. Shot 94 of 119 for the year. Gets to the free throw line a lot. Gets to the free throw line a lot.
Yes, he does, because he's so good at drawing that contact into the lane as he did there. Second free throw is good. So that'll bring the score to 16-11 with 6:40 to play in the first half. Crawford going to be double teamed at half court, manages to accelerate around it, and now into the lane, and another circus layup. Great goes for Crawford.
Well, Coach Cabano was not happy at all. Crawford, if they had the double team, went right around him.
Sam, as you mentioned earlier on that shot by Stacy that was off the mark, you said it looked a little bit quick, and a lot of their shots tonight have seemed quick, and most of the ones that they've been able to do their scoring on have been when they've taken their time and set it up.
That's a good point.
As Stacy now with the ball gets it over to Barry. Barry kicks it over to Courtney Walton in the wing. Now to Stacy. Back to Barry. Barry going to pull up now for a three-point jumper off the mark and rebounded by Brady Kanoy.
I think that was a good shot by Barry. However, it didn't hit, but Crawford kind of backed off, and Barry found some separation and had the opportunity to hit the three. However, he missed.
When you get separation, it can be dangerous. Kanoy now with the ball at the top of the key, going to get it over to Crawford. Crawford takes a shot from the corner off the mark and out of bounds. Last touch by the Mavericks, so the Broncos will take over. 16-13 now your score. Broncos still leading in this game, 5:55 in the first half. As inbounds pass from Stacy goes to Barry, who gives it back to Stacy. Now back to Barry again as they cross half court. Gets it to Colin Beltink in the corner. Beltink now to Stacy. Stacy taking a long three-point shot off the mark, but Colin Beltink fights for the rebound and lays it in.
Lays it in over a fellow HCC quarterback, Clint Thayer, but great athletic ability shown by just the 6-foot-tall Colin Beltink to get the rebound and go back up for the lay-in.
Absolutely. There's now Crawford again going to accelerate coast to coast. This time he can't finish with his impressive finger roll, and it's rebounded by Roddy Richardson. Richardson now with the give to Barry. Barry, impressive spin move past Alante Crawford and gets the easy layup.
Well, he's sent him right around Del Rio, and Coach Peckinpah not happy with the 7-point deficit now. He'll take a 30-second timeout. Just a great move by Barry. Got the ball 359 and 22.05 in his 25th year, and 421 and 268 in his 31st year overall.
That's right. That's now Kanoy going to inbound the ball for the Mavericks on the baseline. Gets it to Crawford. Crawford setting up the offense again. Calling for a little bit of motion offense as the Mavericks clear out of the lane. Gets it over to Hunsker. Hunsker now to Kanoy. Kanoy going to turn around with a jump shot from the free throw line and gets it.
Well, a great set play by the Mavericks. Got the open shot, and and now they're going to get a charge. How was that a charge on Barry?
I really have no idea, Sam. He didn't even touch him. He was accelerating up the lane and just went around his defender. He barely even touched him. And if anything, his feet would have been moving, but there was hardly contact on the play. I really don't see how that's an offensive foul, and we've had two of those questionable calls tonight, Sam.
Now Rashad Richardson comes into the game for Courtney Walden. The lineup, both Richardson, Barry, Stacy, and Beltink in the game for the Broncos.
Now Crawford with the ball over to Southern. Southern almost lost the ball and then lost his balance and out of bounds, so a turnover there for the Mavericks.
Not a good play by Southern, and great defensive pressure put on by Nick Stacy to force Southern out of bounds there.
Good point. Inbound pass now to Barry. Barry at the top of the key, guarded by Crawford. Barry leaping into the lane and over Clint Thayer gets the bucket to fall. And 2 points for Barry.
This is a crucial point in the game for the Mavericks. They need to start making a run back into the game. They trail by 7. And at this point, it could get ugly, in my opinion. I think it's a crucial point.
Broncos get momentum leading into halftime. They've been known to carry it over and just run away with the game in the second half. Crawford now with the ball from top of the key, accelerating into the paint. Can't quite finish the layup. And now a struggle for the ball as Rashad Richardson had secured it. However, Brady Kanoy came up with it. Turns around, puts up a three off the mark with Michael Southern with the rebound. Puts up the layup off the mark and rebounded by Colin Beltink, but Alante Crawford manages to come up with it. So a strange series of events there. And now a traveling call on Hunsker. Vince Hunsker with a traveling call right under the bucket as he was looking to body up on Stacy and turn around. Couldn't quite get to that point.
After 3 or 4 opportunities for the Mavericks, they finally turn the ball over, and the Broncos have secure possession of the ball.
Stacy inbounded it to Barry. Stacy back to Barry, takes a three-point shot off the mark, rebounded by Crawford. Crawford in transition to Brady Kanoy on the wing. Back to Crawford. Crawford holds the ball, takes a couple words from Coach Peckinpah. Backing off now is Crawford, who gets it to Michael Southern. Southern now to Crawford again. Now inside, and Southern just loses the handle on the ball from the pass into the paint. Nick Stacy came up with it. He's going to get over Rashad Richardson. Rashad from the perimeter. Going to pull up for a three, and again off the mark. Rebound by Colin Belting. Belting just fighting for the rebound. Flings it out to really nobody. Luckily, Jesse Berry is there. Gets it over to Nick Stacy. Stacy going to take a three. Colin Belting hustling for the rebound again. Going to turn around, driving the baseline, kick it out to Rashad Richardson. Rashad nearly has the ball stolen, but a foul going to be called on Brady Kanoy.
Well, the Broncos have missed 2 or 3 three-point shots on this possession. If your name isn't Roddy Richardson, you're struggling from beyond the arc tonight.
That's right. And Colin Belting with 2 consecutive rebounds, really just defying all the odds with his 6-foot frame. He manages to come up with 2 rebounds in a row over players who almost all of them are taller than him. Now an inbounds pass to Roddy.
Oh, wow.
Impressive spin move and teardrop into the lane off the glass falls for Roddy Richardson. So Roddy doing it all for his team.
And as we mentioned earlier, at least 13 points, maybe even 15. The Broncos only scored 24 tonight. The lead by 9, 24-15.
And we'll have those statistics for you at halftime. Right now, Crawford with the ball, going to accelerate into the lane, and is swatted by Jesse Berry.
Emphatic block by Berry, and that's the 5th block on the night. 2 for Berry, 3 for Rashad Richardson.
Stacy gives it in to Berry. Berry with a lot of contact, no call. Almost got the shot to fall, but it didn't. However, Colin Belting again with the rebound and kicks it over to Roddy Richardson. Roddy to Nick Stacy, backs out towards the perimeter. Feed inside to Roddy Richardson. Is double teamed, so he'll get it to Stacy.
They're going to get a foul on Noy, reach in there, and that is a good call. However, that's Noy's 3rd. I'm surprised Coach Techenpaw didn't bench him after the 2nd one, but he's definitely got to go to his bench now, and now Austin Price will come into the game.
5-3-ers for Kanoy. Kanoy, the 6'2 junior, will come out with 3 fouls in the first half, so I don't know how much more we'll see of him.
Well, I don't think we'll see him until at least midway through the 3rd quarter.
Stacy now inbounds the ball to Roddy Richardson, who gets tangled up with Price.
Well, 2 bad decisions there. 1, the decision of Nick Stacy to pass it to Roddy Richardson, but 2, the decision of the referee to call a charging foul on Richardson. All they did was get tangled up, and just a questionable call there. There's 3 questionable offensive foul calls called on the Broncos. And now 16 fouls for the Broncos and just 4 for McCutcheon.
As Hunsker inbounds the ball to Crawford now. Crawford running the point, coming up the court. Net by Roddy Richardson. Crawford now over to Thayer. Thayer guarded by Belting. Thayer picks up his dribble now and in the lane to Alante Crawford, who manages to slip through 2 defenders and get the layup. Jesse Berry receives the inbounds pass from Stacy. And he'll bring it up the court. Gets it over to Rashad Richardson now. Rashad over to Colin Belting. Belting going to take a 3 from the wing and kick it back out to Berry. Berry, no-look pass over to Stacy. Stacy out to Rashad Richardson. Broncos being a little bit more selective in their shots now, running their offense a bit more patiently. Now over to Rashad Richardson, who takes a 3 and off the mark, rebounded by Alante Crawford. So Crawford over to Southern. Southern now to Thayer. Thayer thought about the shot as he was wide open momentarily, but instead gets it back out to Southern. Southern now into the lane, hop step, and going to be called for a travel on that as he put the ball on the ground and stopped. So a turnover for the Mavericks.
Well, now it's just under a minute, 59.7 seconds to go. The Broncos have possession. We'll see if they just hold for 1. But either way, it'd be good to see them get a shot here and get some more momentum going into halftime. They already lead by 7, but they can extend that lead to 9 or 10.
Now Berry with the ball over to Rashad Richardson. Rashad going to drive into the lane.
Great
hook shot, or teardrop, whatever you want to call it, and it manages to fall for Rashad Richardson. So a little bit of offense coming out of Rashad. Haven't seen a whole lot of it tonight as he really hasn't been able to get going. Alante Crawford now is double teamed at half court, so he'll get it to Thayer. Now to Price for a wide open 3-point jumper, and Price nails it.
That cuts the deficit to 6. That's a big 3 for Price. But now the Broncos, I'm sure, will hold for 1 with just 20 seconds to go.
Berry in the corner going to be double teamed by Price and Hunsker. Berry going to his spot that he likes towards the end of quarters in the corner. 10 seconds now left in the game. Berry again in that corner. Dribbles around Price, going to accelerate into the lane, pull up for a jump shot off the mark, rebound by Price. 2 seconds left. Price gets it to Thayer. Thayer dribbling up the court, puts the shot up, but not even in time, and off the mark. So that concludes our first half of play, 26-20. Your score, the Broncos lead on their home court at Crawley Center, the McCutcheon Mavericks. We'll go ahead and take a 2-minute, so we'll look for that as Nick Stacy set to inbound the ball on the sidelines for the Broncos, and Sam will turn it over to you for play-by-play.
Thanks, Jade. Jesse, Over to Rashad in front of the Broncos student section. Back to Barry. Mavericks in a 2-3 zone. Now Stacy will take an 18-footer in the corner. That's a 2-point shot and hit.
That's more like it.
Now Crawford getting instructions from Coach Peckinpahs across the half-court line. He's met by Roddy Richardson in that man-to-man defense. Crawford over to Thayer. Thayer back to Hunsaker. Hunsaker, a sophomore, over to a freshman, Southern. Sudden to the Thayer. Thayer will take a three from the top of the key, no good. And Barry will pull down the rebound. Now coming up the court quickly now. And he'll kick it out. No, they're going to call another charge. That's the fourth charging call called on the Broncos tonight. And it looked like Crawford's feet were moving. I'm not sure, though. And that'll be Barry's second.
Coach Scott Bunnell asking for a bit of an explanation from the referee there and really just looked dumbfounded on the call, as we have been on several of those offensive fouls tonight, Tim.
And now the Broncos come down to the other end for some full-court pressure with Nick Stacy and Roddy Richardson in the backcourt. They'll get into Alante Crawford, who runs the point for this team. He'll run around Nick Stacy.
So quick.
That's right. Down to Southern in the corner. And just a great shot by Southern, getting into the lane and scoring the layup. That cuts the deficit to 6. Broncos moving from left to right on your radio dial. And now Barry, guarded by Kanoy, over to Stacy. Stacy will pull up from 3 and misses. Broncos continue to struggle as Thayer got the rebound. Crawford walking the ball to the floor. He'll get it to Kanoy, who's guarded by Stacy. And now they're going to be trapped, but he gets it over to Crawford. Crawford to Thayer. Thayer at the top of the key, spins around, now goes to the hoop. Gets it over to Hunsaker. Hunsaker loses the ball on the layup, but Southern got the rebound, missed the layup, and now rebounded by Roddy Richardson. So now Roddy comes up the court. He's guarded by Crawford, over to Stacy. Back to Richardson. To Barry. Barry will take a three in front of the Bronco bench, and once again a missed three. Fight for the rebound. Jason Washington dribbles, goes back up, misses the layup, gets the rebound again, and now they're going to get a jump ball. Possession arrow will be in favor of the Mavericks, so they'll get possession. A couple substitutions, Jade. You want to mention those?
Juan Del Rio, number 50, a 6'4 junior, will come in for the Mavericks, and 6' junior Courtney Walden will enter the game for Nick Stacy.
Well, the Broncos have taken 2 threes here in the first couple minutes of the second half. They have missed both of them, and now shooting just 3 of 17 from beyond the arc. So now Crawford crosses the half-court line. He's met by Roddy Richardson. Broncos in the man-to-man. Over to Thayer. Thayer guarded by Washington. Thayer dribbles in front of the Mavericks bench. Now he'll drive into the lane, kicks it back out to Noy. And they're going to get traveling on Noy. I didn't see a travel there, but maybe I just wasn't looking close enough. Did you see a travel there, Jade?
I really didn't. He just came off the bounce pass and looked to accelerate in the lane. I really didn't see a travel call, but that's a strike call.
That's right. Now Barry getting instructions from Coach Bunnell. They'll set up a play, 2-3 zone for the Mavericks. And normally in a 2-3 zone, you look to exploit it by shooting threes, but the Broncos have just struggled tonight. Now Washington will shoot from 5 feet and scores. It's a short little jump shot. Extends the Bronco lead from 28-22 to 30-22 with 5:37 to go in the third quarter.
And during Washington's injury early in the season, that's really the only thing he worked on was a baseline jump shot, and we've seen it throughout their games this season.
Now Kanoy will take a three, and it is missed and rebounded by Jason Washington. Now Barry jogs up the floor. He's met by Crawford. He drives the lane, goes up, and they're going to get a foul on the floor. I'm surprised to see Kanoy back into the game. He had 3 first-half fouls, and we even mentioned that I didn't expect him to see him until halfway through the third quarter, but he did start the second half for the Mavericks. Coach Peckinpah taking a gamble with Kanoy out on the floor.
Well, that foul is on Alante Crawford, only his first in this game, so it won't be a big problem for the Mavericks leading score.
Barry gets the inbound. He's going to drive into the lane. Now into the corner to Rashad Richardson. Rashad misses, and a tip back in. No. Rebound by Washington. Washington now fight for the ball. Finally controlled by Del Rio. And now the Broncos 3 of 18 from beyond the three-point line. Crawford all the way from coast to coast, and he's going to travel. So travel and charge-happy refs tonight. But it seems like the bad calls have balanced out at least. Now Courtney Walden inbounds it to Jesse Barry. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Broncos lead by 8. Barry to Roddy Richardson. Roddy been the only one that has been able to hit a three tonight. Now Barry, and this is again. Barry was just, I believe, 5 or 7 points tonight, so he's really struggled on the offensive end. Crawford walking the ball up the court, and with all these missed threes, it's really given the Mavericks an opportunity to get back into this game. They trail by 8. Now they're going to get a foul on Jason Washington. He fouled Alante Crawford as Crawford looked to drive into the lane. So it'll be the second team foul on the Broncos. I believe the second personal foul on Jason Washington. That's right. So now Kanoy will inbound on the sideline. He'll get to Del Real. Gets it to Crawford. Crawford driving into the lane. Goes up and scores over Barry. Coach Seckenpaul yelling at the ref right now. He wanted a foul called. And
the fan to the side of it.
Rashad Richardson doubled in the corner. And Coach Funnell's going to have to call timeout. And a full timeout, so we'll go ahead and take it with them. We're going to go ahead and take a 1-minute break. You're listening to Bronco basketball on Jeff 92. More a relatively low-scoring game. 4:23 to go in the third quarter. Courtney Walden looking to inbound the ball and can't find anybody. Finally gets it for Roddy Richardson, who gets back out to Barry, who struggled mightily from the field tonight. Barry over to Roddy Richardson. Roddy going to take a three, and he misses. So now 3 of 20 from beyond the arc. And Alante Crawford over to Del Real. Back to Crawford. They'll set up a play, trailing by just 6, and our struggles have really let the Mavericks stay in this game. Crawford dumps it down to Del Real, backing down Richardson. Almost lost it, gets back up to Thayer, who's guarded by Washington. Clint Thayer, quarterback of the football team for the Mavericks, starts for the Mavericks basketball team. Now he'll drive into the lane, spins around on Washington, and takes a fadeaway off the glass. Nice play by Thayer to pull the Mavericks within 4.
Well, he got the separation off the spin move in the lane and just really showed great poise nailing that shot.
Rashad Richardson, and he misses a 3. The Broncos just have to stop taking 3s. Crawford from end to end, and they're going to call a foul on Barry on the court. That'll be his 3rd personal foul and the 3rd team foul here in the 3rd quarter. He just cannot hit a 3 tonight.
You know, we really can't get a lot going offensively, and 4-point lead speaks to that, as this is a team we beat by 30 early in the season.
Now Kanoy looking to inbound the ball. He'll get it out to Crawford. Crawford going to pull up. No, he's going to kick it out to Thayer. Thayer wide open 3, in and out. Rebounded by Southern. Southern gets it rejected by Washington. Now fights for the ball. Kanoy and Barry going for it. Kanoy pulls it down. Thayer has the basketball, and that excites the Mavericks crowd. Now Thayer drives into the lane to Del Real. Del Real blocked with a foul. And this Mavericks team's really excited right now as they have an opportunity to pull within 2 points after trailing by as many as 9. So now that's the 4th team foul and 2nd personal on Richardson. So now Del Real at the line. Juan Del Real is a 6'4 junior. First free throw up and good. So now Colin Belfink going to come into the game for Jason Washington. Belfink, a 6-foot junior. And now Del Real receives the ball from the referee as a line up for his 2nd free throw. It is and up and good. So that cuts the lead to just 2 points. The Broncos have to be careful, or they'll get upset on their home court by county rival McCutcheon. Barry crosses the timeline. He's met by Noy. Now he's going to get into the corner to Roddy Richardson. He's double teamed, splits the double team, goes into the lane. Over to Rashad Richardson. Rashad just keeps shooting, badly missed, and I'm surprised Coach Funnell hasn't. And finally, he'll get somebody to come into this game.
Chris Nesterode and Justin Ulmer and R.J. Layton will come into this game.
Well, these guys are, now we'll go back to play-by-play. Crawford to Southern. Southern for 3, misses. Tipped and rebounded by Belting. Belting showing great leaping ability there. Roddy Richardson just throws it away. So now these substitutions will come into the game. These are guys that you don't normally see play varsity that much. R.J. Layton is in the rotation, but Chris Nesselrode and Justin Ulmer rarely play varsity. Chris Nesselrode and Justin Ulmer have only played, I believe, 2 games this season. So drastic measures by Coach Funnell, as he's not happy with the starters, or with his team leaders, Roddy Richardson, Rashad Richardson, and Jesse Berry. And Roddy getting an earful from Coach Funnell down on the bench.
Well, this is as much a message to his players as it is a chance for these young players, but you can't count them out. As just look at John Hart for the Purdue Boilermakers early in this season, came into the game and helped the Broncos, or helped the Warriors.
I was just watching this. Coach Funnell is extremely mad with his senior leader, Roddy Richardson. I mean, I've never seen him yell at a player like this during a game. He is so mad. R.J. Layton now running the point, gets it over to Chris Nesselrode to Courtney Walden. Walden for 3, and Walden hits. So the substitutions work, And Coach Bummel still just not happy, but the Broncos do extend this lead to 5 points. And now Almer, known for his tenacious defense on the JV level, is guarding Alante Crawford now. Southern going to drive into the lane and going to get fouled by Chris Nesselrode.
Well, as you mentioned, on the JV level, Almer is a fine defender, but against Alante Crawford, that's pretty hard to get your first varsity defense against Alante Crawford, as he is incredibly difficult to guard. Roddy Richardson, one of the best defenders on the team, struggles with Alante Crawford's defense.
Well, I'm sorry to keep mentioning this, but Coach Bummel is still yelling at Roddy Richardson down on the bench. Just not happy with all of his leaders, both Barry and both the Richardsons. And Southern at the line, he hits his first free throw. Leads by the Broncos lead by 4. Kenoy will come back into the game. He'll replace Thayer. And now Hunsicker will come back into the game for the Mavericks as well. He replaces Del Real. 1:49 to go in the third quarter. 33-29 is your score. Michael Southern at the free throw line. Southern is a 6'1" freshman. Starts for the Mavericks. Got a lot of potential. And misses a free throw there, but they're going to get an over the back call on Hunsicker. Good call there.
He got in. Looks like he might have even gotten into the lane a little bit early, but they get the call nonetheless, and she was called over the back.
Coach Peckinpah not happy, and that's something we see a lot tonight. Both coaches not happy with the referees. But I guess the bad call is not foul. And R.J. Layton running the point now for the Broncos. Not something you see very often. And pass it to Chris Nesselrode. He couldn't get the handle, but tips it over to Walden. Walden got to Belton, who travels. Now a 4-point lead. Broncos have just looked terrible tonight. However, they still lead by 4. 33-29 is your score. Almer going to meet Crawford at midcourt. Now gets it over to Kenoy, who's met by Belton. Kenoy to Crawford. Everybody's a sophomore, and they're going to get a foul on Almer as Crawford drove baseline. So that's the 16th foul on the Broncos. It'll be the first on Almer, who has just got into the game 3 times this season on the varsity level, and Chris Nesselrode has only played 4 times at the varsity level this season.
He has not scored on the season, has Almer. He's taken 1 shot.
And Noy with a circus shot is missed. Guarded closely by Belting. Now R.J. Layton looks to push the tempo. R.J. gets it over to Chris Nesselrode. Nesselrode's going to drive baseline, and they're going to call a foul on Michael Southern. So still an unorthodox lineup for the Broncos. Something you don't see very often is the lineup of Walton, Belting, Nesselrode, Layton, and Almer as the 3-team captains and the third scoring leader. Both the Richardsons, Nick Stacy, and Jesse Berry all on the bench for the Broncos. So they're going to throw the in to Colin Belting. Back to R.J. Layton. Inside to Nesselrode. Nesselrode pump fake goes up and gets it blocked by Southern. Minute to go now. It's Crawford. It's going to be guarded by Almer as they cross the half-court line. Crawford going to kick out to Price. Price, sophomore, guarded by Layton. Drives into the lane, kicks out Southern. Southern going to drive in. He'll take a 15-footer and score. Under a minute to go, and this effort sets it 2. Layton quickly up the floor. While he's been in, he's looked to push the tempo. Now Walden going to take a 3. Walden misses. And a rebound by Justin Almer. Now he's guarded by Price. Back to R.J. Over in the corner to Belting. Looks like he traveled. Didn't look like a push-off, but no call. R.J. Layton dribbling to Walden. Walden going to take another 3. And now Crawford on the other end quickly. He's going to go up and lays it in.
Tie ball game, Sam. 33-33, 17 seconds left in the third quarter. And Roddy Richardson, Rashad, and Jesse Berry continue to sit on the bench.
I'm sure they'll come back in for the fourth quarter, but R.J. Layton just holds the ball. 10 seconds to go. And they'll obviously hold for 1. 2-3 zone put on. 5 seconds now. R.J. gets it over now into the corner for Chris Nesselrode. Chris Nesselrode misses a 3 at the end of the third quarter. A great third quarter for the Mavericks. And they have tied the game. We're going to go to the fourth quarter, tied at 33. We'll take a 1-minute break. The scoring leaders for the Broncos back into the game after a lengthy absence. Barry and both Richardsons as the Broncos have possession. We're tied at 33, ready for the fourth quarter. Barry, guarded by Austin Price. Barry going to kick it over to Roddy Richardson. Roddy is not going to take that 3 this time. Rashad over to Jesse. Jesse, guarded by Hunsicker and Price. Over to Rashad Richardson. Rashad for 3, misses. Coach Bell not happy. And Alante Crawford gets the ball, and he'll walk up the court with an opportunity to take the lead. Just a terrible job by the Broncos on the perimeter tonight. Now Crawford kicks it out. Price fumbled the ball, and now stolen by Richardson. Richardson up to Barry. Barry's trying to go around. That was Thayer, and Thayer fouled him. I think it'll be a shooting foul, so Barry should have 2 free throws.
No, they call it on the floor, Sam.
Well, Barry tried to throw it up in the air to make it look like he was shooting, but he really wasn't. So Southern's going to come back into the game for the Mavericks for Austin Price. That's the second foul on Thayer and the 4th team foul on the Mavericks. Tied at 33, 7:23 to go. Walden inbounds with the Barry. And if I were Barry, I'd just look to drive into the lane and score. That's what he's so good at. And they're going to get a foul on Crawford as he drove into the lane. So I believe that's Crawford's second foul, 15th foul. That's correct. So now Walden set to inbound it again under the basket after 8 seconds went off the clock. And still looking for somebody. He's going to throw it deep, and just a terrible pass right to Crawford. Crawford going to pull up for 3, no good. And now fight for the rebound, rebounded by Rashad Richardson. Just a terrible inbound play by Walden, but the Broncos get it back. They're still tied. They have not trailed, I believe, tonight. Gets out to Barry. Barry thought about the 3. Now he's going to drive into the lane. Goes up, misses a lay-in and a blocking foul. That was a late call.
Very late call, but it was the right one, Sam, as he drew all that contact. Almost managed to get the bucket to fall as well. Couldn't quite get it, but he'll go to the line for 2.
And now Nick Stacy has to come back into this game. So that's the third foul on Thayer, and Barry will go to the line. It would just be huge for the Broncos to lose tonight. If they did, it would crush their conference hopes and just be a very big loss to a county rival. Barry hits his first free throw. They do lead by 1, though. And Stacy will come in for Courtney Walden. Broncos defeated the Mavericks by 35 points, and that Bronco team just didn't show up tonight. Not at all. Barry hits the second one. This is probably the worst I've seen the Broncos play all season. However, we still lead by 2 points as Barry hits the second free throw.
I would undoubtedly agree with you in that statement.
Crawford crosses the timeline, and now he's going to be guarded by Collin. Goes into the lane, and a short shot, no good. Rebounded by Hunsicker, misses, and now they're going to get a foul on Crawford after Richardson got the rebound.
And that, I believe, if the scores have it correct, will be the 7th foul.
So from here on out, both teams will be shooting free throws after every foul.
Yep, so Rashad Richardson will go to the other line and shoot 1 and 1 in the bonus.
So Rashad Richardson has struggled tonight. He was 0 of 4 from distance in the first half. He did score 6 points in the first half, but has not hit a shot here in the second half. Now a free throw to hit some crucial free throws. Hits the first. He's been a very good free throw shooter this year. Not sure the exact percentage. Rashad Richardson is shooting 82.4% from the line this year, and his second free throw is up, and we jinxed him. He missed it. Rebounded by Hunsicker, and they're going to get a foul on Belting as he fought for the rebound. Just got a hand in there, and it's going to be a recent foul.
So now the same thing will happen for the Mavericks as Colin Belting commits the 7th Bronco foul, and they'll go to the other end for a 1-and-1.
So Hunsicker is a sophomore for this Mavericks team. He is 6'3", so good size for the sophomore. Starts for the Mavericks. And now lines up for the 1-and-1. His team trails by 3 points. 36-33 is his score. Just 36 to go in this game. Broncos have played terrible, but still lead by 3 points. Hunsicker front into the 1-and-1. No good. Rebounded by Barry. And a week ago tonight, we saw that down in Bloomington, as IU playing Purdue missed 3 front ends of the 1-and-1 late and really cost them a victory. Now Belting, an 18-footer, misses, tipped up, and rebounded by Hunsicker. Crawford with the rebound, or Crawford with the ball now. 6:15 to go as he just walks up the court. Very slow tempo we've seen tonight, which doesn't help as the Broncos can't hit a shot. Hunsicker over to Noy. Noy gets it blocked. Colin Belting up to Barry. Barry with an opportunity for a dunk, and does. He hangs on the rim, and they're going to get technical foul. You cannot call that foul as he hung on the rim. You cannot call that a technical foul. Southern was right beneath him. Wow. Under normal circumstances, that is a perfectly legit call because he hung on the rim with one arm after the two-handed slam.
Well, the referees are getting together right now, but the senior referee is calling it the right call. That is as bad a call as I've seen in a referee game, Sam. This is not favoritism being shown towards our school. That's just refereeing. That's a horrible call.
And Noy hits the first free throw You cannot call that call, and we see so many bad calls tonight for both teams.
That call is designed more for the player's safety than anything else. If Barry were to have come down on top of Price, he could have hurt both himself and Price, and that's just the worst call I think I've seen.
38-35 is the score after Noy hit both free throws. He did hang on the rim. That's not disputed, but a player was right beneath him. So, wow. And now the Mavericks will have the basketball. Alante Crawford, and that's a big momentum shift, even after the dunk. So Southern with the basketball. Stacy went for the steal, and thank you. And that's a good carrying call. Southern picked it up off the floor and carried the basketball, got his hand up underneath it, and a key turnover for the Mavericks. So 38-35 is your score. So Barry will walk the ball off the court. Still baffled by the technical foul on Barry. 2-3 zone. Stands near half court. 5:43 to go. 38-35 is your score. Gets it over to Nick Stacy. Stacy, a 5'11 junior, loses the dribble, but gets it over to Rashad Richardson in front of the Broncos student section. Richardson going to drive. Now kicks it back out to his brother Roddy in front of the Bronco bench. Gets it back to Rashad. Rashad thought about taking the three-and-out kick ball out of bounds, so the Broncos will have possession in front of their bench. Rashad Richardson set to inbound it. I don't believe the Broncos only hit 1 3 in the second half. I believe they shot at least 10. Carry, and he's called for a carry. And he does not like that call. And now the Mavericks will have possession. 38-35 is your score. Crawford gets instructions from Coach Peckenpaugh. He'll be met by Roddy Richardson near midcourt. And the Mavericks can't tie the game with a three-point shot. Southern's double teamed, and they're going to get a foul on Nick Stacy, a push-off. So I believe that's Stacy's either second or third foul. And now Southern will go to the line for a 1-and-1 as the Broncos have a total of 18 fouls. That is his second. So Southern, a very impressive 6'1 freshman at the line. He starts for the Mavericks. And the front end of the 1-and-1 is up and good.
That's great poise shown there by the freshman. When you're not used to getting, when it's your first year of playing varsity and you're able to make free throws down the stretch, that shows a lot of nerve.
Southern lines up for his second free throw and is no good. They're going to get a lane violation on the Mavericks, so the Broncos will have possession. He missed the free throw anyway. So Stacy's set to inbound to Barry. Barry has struggled a lot tonight, as the whole Bronco team has, except for Roddy Richardson. Even he hasn't played that well. Rashad Richardson double teamed in the corner. Over to his brother Roddy. Roddy kicks it out to Barry. Barry going to take an open three. Still no good. Off for the rebound. Tipped out by Rashad Richardson. And the Mavericks will have possession, trailing by 2 points. Broncos have to get it together here because they're in danger of losing a game to McCutcheon, a team they beat by 35 earlier this year, and they could not win the conference championship if they lost tonight.
Yeah, they're an obvious, much better team.
Now it's steal. Belting up to Rashad Richardson. He'll slow it down. It's a good decision. And now he'll go into the lane. And a blocking foul and one. Count the basket, so Rashad Richardson will have an opportunity for a three-point play.
That's the best call we've seen all night, Sam.
That's right. It was an obvious blocking foul. And so now, that's the team's 8th. But so we'll have one free throw after the made basket. The scoreboard has yet to register the basket. The correct score should be 40-36, but it says 38-36. And the referees are getting together and saying, yes, count the basket. Now the scoreboard has a correct score, 40-36, 4:30 to go. Rashad Richardson with opportunity for a free throw as they wait for Alante Crawford to tie his shoes and adjust his socks. So Rashad Richardson at over 80% from the line this year hits the first free throw.
Sam, I think it's worth mentioning, aside from Courtney Walton, who's only been to the line twice this year.
And now almost a steal on the inbound pass. Great job by Rashad to get in front of the Mavericks, but it just went off his foot. What were you going to say?
Well, Rashad Richardson does lead the team in free throw shooting at 82.4%, with the exception of Courtney Walton, but he's only taken 4 free throws on the season.
He's made all 4 of them. And now another bad pass on the inbound, and Roddy Richardson does steal this time. Stacy over to Rashad Richardson. Rashad going to take a 3, and finally hits a 3. That's a dagger, and that extends the Bronco lead to 8. Coach Peckenpaugh going to take a timeout. A huge sequence of events as Rashad Richardson scored 6 straight points. A full timeout for Coach Peckenpaugh. Still full court press put on by the Broncos. They have 4 men in the backcourt. While Colin Beltink is the safety. Deep, and now the referees talking about something. I'm not sure what they're talking about. Oh, where the inbound spot is. Okay, I don't know why they worry about that. It doesn't really matter. But Southern will be inbounding from the baseline either way. Still a delay in play as fans want to play basketball. And Thayer gets the inbound back to Southern, and now another kick ball out of bounds by Nick Stacy. Not a good opportunity, or not a good pass by Southern. However, the Mavericks will still have possession.
Well, the press has worked throughout the season for the Broncos, and they're very good at creating turnovers because they're so tough on defense. But when Alante Crawford's handling the ball, it's pretty much irrelevant and pointless because he can just get through pretty much anyone.
Thayer will bring the ball to court. Guarded by a fellow quarterback, Colin Beltink. That's something we mentioned tonight. Thayer still dribbling the ball. He's looking to get to Alante Crawford, but can't. And no call there as he ran over Colin Beltink. Noy missed a 3, fight for the rebound. And Southern got it. Now Hunsicker, now there's a fight for it. It's hit out of bounds. McCutcheon lost possession. But when he did run over Colin Beltink, that was a good call. There shouldn't have been a foul there. And now McCutcheon will have the ball underneath this basket. Under 4 minutes to go. Mavericks have possession.
And then Kanoy tried falling down after the shot to make it look like a foul, but another good no call by the referee.
So Alante Crawford gets it in to Hunsicker, back to Thayer. Thayer to Kanoy in the corner. Kanoy misses a 3, rebounded by Roddy Richardson. He's guarded closely by Southern, but Southern will back off, and the Broncos will walk the ball off the court. 8-point lead, and they'll look to run some time off the clock as the clock is their friend at this point, leading by 8. Pass it over to Roddy Richardson. Richardson on the wing, kicks it over to Nick Stacy. Stacy to Rashad Richardson. Drives into the lane, goes up, and is fouled. We'll have 2 shots. Almost another 3-point play opportunity as Rashad Richardson scored the last 6 Bronco points, an opportunity to make it the last 8. Well, 2 free throws here.
He's fouled on that play by Brady Kanoy, and that's Kanoy's 4th foul. However, Stan, he has not picked up a foul until this point in the second half. As Rashad Richardson makes the first free throw. At 2:02 in the second quarter, Kanoy had his 3rd of the game and came out. So that's a good job of Kanoy playing disciplined defense in the second half.
So now Richardson hits his 2nd free throw. As we mentioned, he's a very good free throw shooter, at over 80% on the year. He's made, I believe, 4 or 5 tonight. Thayer bringing the ball to the court. Not really a point guard, but he hasn't turned the ball over. Running a point in the last 2 possessions. Now he gets it to the true point guard, Alante Crawford, guarded by Roddy Richardson. Crawford is trailing by 10. This is the largest deficit of the night. Hard to believe. Kanoy drives in, kicks out as a freshman. Southern for 3. No good. Short. Gets his own rebound. Gets over to Kanoy. Kanoy just rushes a layup, but hits it. And that cuts the deficit to 8. It is a 30-second timeout. So we'll go ahead and keep it here by Rashad Richardson. That's put the Broncos on top by 8 points now as Barry walks the ball to the court after the 30-second timeout. He crosses the timeline. Just holds the ball 2-3 zone by the Mavericks, so they're not putting any pressure on them, so Barry can just dribble. Now he's sent by Crawford. They're going to call a foul on Crawford. That is the 10th team foul, so Barry will be shooting 2. That's his 4th on Crawford, team's 10th. So Barry at the line. He's a very good free throw shooter at, I believe, 79% on the year, and sets up for his first. It is up and good. That sends the Bronco lead to 9, which is a huge lead at this point. 47-38 is their score. Bronco scoring has really picked up. They scored a whopping 14 points here in the 4th quarter. That is really a lot of points tonight. And now the second free throw is hit. It sends the lead to 10. 48-38 is your score. 2:30 to go. Alante Crawford guarded closely by Roddy Richardson. A lot of contact, but no foul. Now Thayer's going to take a 3, and no good. Rebounded by Hunsicker. Vince Hunsicker is going to score, and that will pull the Mavs within 8. Barry walks the ball to the court and has some full court pressure, and now he just loses the ball. And stolen by Kanoy. Kanoy over to Southern. Southern going to drive and a wide open layup. How's that happen? That cuts the deficit to 6, and as we mentioned, this game's not over, even though 6 points is a rather large deficit for the Mavericks to overcome with the tempo. Barry double teamed in the corner. He'll spin around it. Did he step on the out of bounds? He did. He stepped on the out of bounds line. So a crucial turnover there, and the Mavericks have an opportunity to cut this lead to 3 now.
2 turnovers in a row by the normally poised and composed Jesse Berry.
And you don't want to see that out of a senior leader. 2 crucial turnovers. Now, Thayer on the left wing in front of the bench, drives to the lane, and gets it to Southern. Southern will score, and Coach Arnold's going to get timeout here after the 6-0 run. He'll get it into Roddy Richardson. Roddy going to cross the timeline. He hasn't yet. Loses his dribble. Gets it to his brother Rashad. He's double teamed. Still, and they're going to call a timeout. So 1:23 to go. 48-44 is your score. It's a full timeout. We'll go ahead and take a break. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back. You're listening to Bronco Basketball, and Jeff, to the sectional, county, and conference matchup tonight. Broncos are 12-5 on the season, 3-2 in the ACC. They've won 3 ACC games in a row. Look to make it 4 here tonight. Nick Stacy gets the inbound to Roddy Richardson. He's double teamed, gets it to Nick Stacy. Mavericks are on a 6-0 run. Barry going to drive to the hoop, count the basket. Or did they call it on the floor? I believe it's on the floor.
Well, no, they're going to call it.
Count the basket. So now Barry, will have a 3-point play opportunity. Broncos lead 50-44. That's a huge basket. Now a free throw opportunity to extend the lead to 7, and he hits it. So the Broncos only took 7 seconds off the clock, but they did score 3 points.
3 possession game now, barring a 4-point play.
Crawford going to drive right to the hoop, and great call by the ref, as they're going to get a jump ball by Nick Stacy as Crawford drove into the lane, and the Mavericks do have possession, or do have the possession arrow, so they will retain possession underneath their basket. 1:09 to go. 44 is your score. Broncos lead. Kanoy gets into the corner to Southern. The 6'1 freshman back to Thayer. Thayer guarded closely by Stacy. Over to Southern. Southern drives baseline, double team in the corner. More great defense by Stacy. They go to the floor. Jump ball. Wow, great defense by Nick Stacy, and the Broncos will have possession. That's a huge sequence by Nick Stacy, forcing 2 jump balls, and the second giving the Broncos back possession. With 58.2 seconds to go, that's key.
That is.
And we've seen great defense shown by Nick Stacy all year. And great defensive possession there. Now Roddy Richardson's going to get fouled at the other end, and he will be shooting 2 free throws as the Broncos look to ice this game. 7-point deficit right now, under 50 seconds to go, 49 seconds. And if Roddy Richardson hit these free throws, they extend the Broncos lead to 9.
Well, Richardson is 66% on the season, so not great, but he does tend to make them in tough spots. However, I won't jinx him.
Well, I did. He did.
Always happens in broadcasting. Can't talk about free throws or they'll miss them.
That's right. Now Richardson lines up for a second free throw as the Broncos are in the double bonus. It is up and good. So now Broncos lead by 8, 52-44. Clock is running now. 45 seconds to go. Crawford gets it to Kanoy. Kanoy over to Hunsaker. Hunsaker to Southern. Southern back to Crawford. Crawford going to drive baseline, and he almost dunks it, but just lays it in. And now with 33 seconds to go, Richardson pulls the ball in the backcourt, gets it over to Nick Stacy. They have not fouled yet. Back to Barry. Barry has to leap to get it. Now they're going to get a foul on Michael Southern. So the Broncos are in the double bonus, so Barry will have 2 free throws. 52-46 is the score. 25 seconds to go in the game. And after looking terrible in that third quarter, the Broncos have rebounded nicely and will look to win this game. And they should, barring a miracle. Barry hits his first free throw, extends the lead to 7.
Well, they didn't really seem to wake up throughout the night, Sam, until that, I believe it was about the 6:02 mark when Rashad Richardson scored 6 consecutive points.
Barry hits the second free throw. And now Alante Crawford quickly up the floor. And Crawford going to get it over to Hunsaker. Hunsaker goes up, no good. Rebounded by Rashad Richardson. Rashad quickly up the floor. And Rashad just going to go straight to the hoop. Lays it in, counts the basket. And that will extend the Bronco lead to 10 points. That's tied for the largest lead of the night. And that should do it. 11.1 seconds to go. Rashad Richardson going to have a free throw opportunity to extend this lead to 11. Broncos already lead by 10 with 11 seconds to go. 56-46 is your score. And Rashad Richardson just was a huge fourth quarter here. Number 21, Miles Bell, a 6-foot sophomore, comes into this game now. So Rashad Richardson's the line. Bell getting his first game experience of the night. And the free throw is up, no good. Thayer gets it to Crawford. Crawford under 10 seconds now, and he'll drive right to the hoop and slams it in. And I don't know why Coach Beckenpaw is calling a timeout. Or no, the Mavericks are going to take a timeout. I don't know why they're taking a full timeout with Alontae Crawford with that slam. People wouldn't think that he could slam by looking at him, but he has an incredible vertical rise, more so than Jesse Berry's, who's a 34-inch vertical leap. And now the inbound to Colin Belting. No foul.